Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to say thank you for clicking on this video. I know it's not my normal content, but here is the January update for my devlog of my game. Yeah, let's go with that. Now, if you've seen my TikToks or my YouTube shorts, you might say, well, this doesn't look anything like the TikToks or the YouTube shorts that you showed us, and you are correct. That is because I have restarted this twice now. The first time was before I did the TikToks and YouTube shorts. The second time was after it. The reason that I stopped with this project file is because I was buying assets off of the Unity asset store and importing them directly into my game project. This turned out to be really bad. Don't think it's really bad because of any of the assets that I had bought. I think it was more of user error in trying to make all the assets work together when they weren't really supposed to. So I ended up deleting all the trees because there was too much memory being taken up by the trees, while I was also trying to access the inventory system. I bought an asset that was supposed to be a super easy click and drag inventory system, and I couldn't get it to work. There was a lot of issues with importing the assets directly in. So what I did instead was I changed over to this two project system setup here. All my base assets go into my base asset storage. I then take those assets, I import them into Blender, I slice them up, I delete the things that I don't need, and then I take those new assets and I import them into my game file. So I'm going to open up my game file right now. So I'll be right back. All right, now that we're in my actual game, as you can see, there is a lot going on. We have new islands. So this is the these names will change before the game is released. I just want to say that. But we have the grasslands, which is the first island that you spawn on, and then we have the flatlands, which is kind of like a desert. There will be cactuses there, and I can't give away any other details. And then there's the islands. We have the islands, and then we also have the mountain ranges, which is right here. As you can see, there will be snow here, all over here, and the islands will have their own trees, just like you see custom trees here. I've added a ton more trees instead of just the spruce. All the trees now will grow, which is a weird thing kind of to say if you don't really know what that means. But basically, this tree right here, this specific tree, is a tree spruce tall 6. So that'll grow into a tree spruce tall 7, as you can see right here. Tree type, I will put a tree spruce tall 7. So it'll delete this one and in its place put a new tree. It happens on a random basis per actual tree. So it's not like all these spruces will change at the same time. This one can change in the minimum amount of time, which is 18,000 seconds, and this one right here can change in the maximum amount of time, which is 90,000 seconds. So you gotta, it's random, and you got a bit of a variation there. Now, depending on what how big the tree is, or like this is number 6 right here, as you can see, that will give you a certain amount of wood, whereas number 2 right here, a small spruce tree number 2, will give you less material, and that material being wood. I also implemented, if I hit play real quick, I have implemented a day and night cycle, as you can see. Hold on one second. Let me get rid of this UI. There we go. So as you can see, right at the top right hand corner, we have a timer. It is a 24-hour clock, and we have shadows, as you can see, going up, going up, going up. Sun's coming up. Sun came up on the other side. There it is. This is not how fast the in-game time will be. It's actually about 2,000 times faster, I think, than actual in-game. Basically, right now, we're about to pass 24 hours in less than a minute. And when the game is released, the time for a full day will be about an hour or two per day. So it's going to be a lot slower. Anyways, what have I done this month besides just restarting? Well, as you see, I have more trees, but those are just assets that I bought off of the asset store from Polyworld. We have assets here. These aren't the actual, well, the shield's the actual asset, but these swords aren't the actual asset. What I've done is I've chopped up the assets for, so if we look right here, here is an asset that is straight from the Unity asset store. And what I've done with these specific assets, I've bought in a whole ton of stone weapon packs, iron weapon packs, bronze weapon packs, and steel weapon packs from the same creator. I'm blanking on the creator's name, and I really do apologize. There is going to be a credit to all assets once the game is 100% released. But as you can see, I have this asset, and what I did was I chopped in Blender, I took this axe head off, and I took this hilt, and I separated them. And I did this for 8 different weapon types. As you can see, these weapon types will have different abilities, meaning like different damages done and stuff like that. Different damages, different defenses, depending on the grade of weapon and the type of weapon that you're using. So, that being said, what what I did was I made it so that you, the player, can craft a hilt all by itself and can craft this a weapon head. That's what I'm calling the top part. So you have an axe head, a dagger, a great axe head, a great sword head, a hammer head, a long sword head, a spear head, and a sword head. You have 8 different weapon heads that you can craft, and you have 5 different hilts. We have the tiny hilt, the extra large or enormous hilt. We have the large hilt, the medium hilt, and the small hilt. Each one of these hilts will allow you each one of these hilts will be needed for a different type of weapon. Moving on. I have also made a weapon material for each grade. We got bronze 1, 2, 3, and 4, iron 1, 2, 3, and 4, steel 1, 2, 3, and 4, and stone 1, 2, 3, and 4. I started working on the inventory system, which means I need to take pictures of every craftable item in my game and turn it into a 2D sprite, which is a lot of work. I have just the weapon heads, just the tools, and the weapon hilt and the pickaxes all done. And that turned out to be 183 sprites. That is not including any of the full weapons or shields. So, I know in my TikToks I wanted to make it so that you could put an axe head on a tiny hilt, a small hilt, a medium hilt, but it's right now, with just me working, it is way too much work. It is, honestly, it is just way too much work. So I might come back and I might make that a thing later on in the game if I have time, but it's already month 2 and I'm trying to do this in 12 months, have a full game in 12 months. So for my sanity right now, I have I'm not doing that. So it's just stuff like that that I've had to cut back on and kind of narrow my scope a little bit. Um, Also, I have done this. I've made these mountains, and inside these mountains, you can actually go in and explore. There will be uh, stone, iron, or steel, depending on what um, mountain you're in. So it might be stone, iron, steel, and a mixture, or something like that. That's not a guarantee. Don't hold me to it. Also, in this one here, if we go into the play mode, we go over here, and as you can see, we have a secret tunnel. And there's going to be a bunch of these secret tunnels. Not specifically these secret tunnels, but there's going to be a bunch of secrets in my game that you can find out and uh, figure out. Some secret game mechanics, stuff like that. I want to, you know, put some stuff, some lore into my game that isn't on the face value, that I think uh, players, if they find it, will really appreciate it. So there's this is one thing that I've done and that I'm gonna do in all the mountains, is have secret passages, but that's not all the secrets that I'm going to have. Right now, if you jump off the edge, as you will see, you just kind of fall. You don't really die. You can't swim to other islands. That will change. I'm going to implement water and a boating system. You will be able to craft boats. It's going to be an open world exploration game. This is a volcano. So you'll be able to, you know, kick bad guys, or throw yourself, I guess, into the volcano. um, and over here we have the desert area, and here we'll have cactuses and desert animals. In the islands, we'll have specific trees that aren't found over here on your main island. And on the mountains, in the mountain area and on this bigger island, you'll have not as many trees that are over here, and probably some unique trees that is only found over here. That might change again. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm really working on the inventory system, so that way I can finish the crafting system. Once the inventory system is done, I'm going to start working on the crafting system. Once the crafting system is done, I'm going to start working on finishing the terrain. Once the terrain is all finished and you're able to craft and mine, stuff like that, mine for materials, then that's where I'm going to have to be a lot more secretive with my devlogs, because then we'll be getting into story elements and stuff like that. So hopefully by April, the devlogs will be more secretive, but also still super exciting. So yeah, that's that. I just wanted to thank you guys for watching the video. I know it's a quick devlog, but I do appreciate you guys watching the video. There is no audio right now in my game. That is something that I am going to add. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.